Having my own battle now because I'm getting pissed off by the museum. Not by Alan and not by Carl. At the end of the day, this is Carl's event. Carl is an artist. He's been an artist for longer than I've been here in Portsmouth. The galleries that existed down at the bottom came in just after Dean actually started pushing for what wasn't here and why he wouldn't, as an artist, integrate with Portsmouth. When we first got here, obviously, me and Dean, as you know, had been on the road with a lot of love stencils and a few other things. And when we came to Portsmouth, we immediately put our mark on the place, I suppose, and said, like, here we are. So then sort of pushed in by social. So it's like, it takes over everything. And in Dean's life, you don't want to say, look, you got social fucking in your life. Like, who wants to turn around and say, look, I've had a knock on the door from fucking social? Social don't have the best freaking reputation to the working class, the upper class, and the lower class haven't got the balls to stand up to them. And this is the problem. But who were they created by? Again, it comes from one person who wants to be able to help when it comes at Christmas time. The welfare system was designed literally for that sort of thing. Initially, the guy would come round and, you know, he would buy some of your things off you and give you an exchange of money. And then eventually, when you had no goods left, they would give you a voucher so you could go. And then obviously in the war times, you know, military vans used to come in with bread and milk and stuff. But then to the kings and queens, it used to be that, you know, they were literally throwing out loaves and loaves and loaves of bread, and people were beg. You know, so I've got all these issues coming from the museum, which are really pissing me off because it's a lack of communication from Amber. But also, at the end of the day, I'm the one that has to have the foundations right. So unless people go onto my email and go, right, Kellie Cotton, that's her website, it says who she is, what she does and why, and then obviously step up and all of that stuff, but we don't have that clarity, so it's causing confusion, and we don't need confusion, so I step out. I don't like to be in any situation when there's any confusion of what my purpose is and why I'm there. I'm there for Alan. I'm there for if Alan needs to just be Alan and he can be that way with me, I can take it. I'm there to make sure there's no security or no police brought around Alan, because Alan, like me, is also trigger trauma to that sort of stuff. People are not understanding that for Alan going from the streets to even being invited in, to being on a guest list, the rant over tickets, he doesn't need tickets. Now, I'm a guest list for Alan, so we're having problems. The problem was initially over the fact that I've got my children, I get this, I understand. So I've told Amber to email that the responsibilities and duties of the care are on me, and that they know my children, and my children know the system, the museum well, and are actually just looking forward to the museum coming alive. Now we've got the issue that I'm pulling back, because at the end of the day, Carl is an artist and Alan is just a homeless man, as are all of the community people that have had pictures and photographs and paintings done of them that could actually, and I'll tell you here now, go back to my success resources, and a couple came to Portsmouth and paid £20,000 to have their portrait painted in the way that this did. In the professional world, Alan would be paid a considerable amount of money to have sat for some length for such a thing. All me and Dean are asking is that Alan benefits from this in a way that would set him up with where he is with what he has right now. I have gone to the point where I can't be asked now. I'm not even going. I'm going to let Alan go in as he is, just to fucking show you what you could have had instead. But I don't want that to happen to Alan, because Alan, I don't know, good, bad, take all the layers off. What's Alan really underneath but just a skinny, scared man out on the streets? An alcoholic. Wow, can I show them without showing you? Oh, that's my fault. Put that back on. No, that's my fault. Grab it back on.
Take it back on.
Hang on, 2 seconds.
2 seconds. Yes! No! I thought that's separated.
Yes. Right, go. The boys have just hit a new Play-Doh with each other, and I'm glad I didn't separate and then put them into individual nurseries and schools, and I have kept them together as brothers, and I'm going to be sending them into age together. This is the problem. One is 5, one is 4, and it still separates. So to even go to bounce gymnastics, Shiloh still isn't old enough. Elijah is. Yes, Elijah has his own friends. Less Shiloh. Wait. But I want 2 brothers to be really close. It's because you're not dressed appropriately. I'm not putting you on. Go on then, put it over. So anyway, we're trying to get the Lego and everything up, and I've just clicked up and gone, fuck you all. Nobody's paying my wages. These people don't pay my salary. They don't pay for my childcare. They don't deal with my trauma with having to leave my children. They're not paying Dean's things, and we've just gone, do you know what? Me and Dean are going to just fuck Portsmouth off soon and just leave and go and leave them all to it. Good luck to them, good riddance. But, don't know, see how I feel later.